What is going on, everyone? Griffin here, coming at you with some Dallas gameplay. Today we're going to be talking about the HRM. Did this weapon need to be buffed? Let's head over and let's talk about it. So as you can see here, this is the patch notes for the Virtual Horizons update, and for the HRM30K buff, it is getting a damage buff and fall off buff to make this heavy AR more competitive in the mid to long range engagements. So the body shot damage was increased from 24 up to 25, and the damage fall off at all ranges has been improved. So the HRM30K kind of went through its heyday. You know, at one point, they went in there and buffed the fire rate of the weapon. They buffed the accuracy of the weapon. They buffed the hip fire. Like, there was a ton of things that they did with the weapon. And then effectively, you know, whenever we got our first pass at the AR changes, they decided to go in there and undo everything that the previous dev team had done before, which normally I would be okay with, right? Because everybody's on different pages in terms of like development teams, this, that, and the other. But for the HRM30K, they essentially made it like a meta assault rifle into a unplayable assault rifle compared to the likes of the KA-30, the Sahara, even the Hydra. I would say, like, at range and the way that you're able to capitalize on the range that the Hydra has, it did fall very short in that category. They are going in there. They did buff the damage of the HRM30K. Essentially, that makes it a 4-hit down, unless they have armor, of course, and the headshots also count in this. And I think it does 25 body damage. It does like 38 to 40 headshot damage, which is still like a 3-hit down, which is still really, really good for this weapon. Unfortunately, they did not touch the hip fire, so the hip fire for the weapon still feels very, very, very bad at the moment. So it is something that is supposed to be used more so as it's flirting that line with an automatic DMR. You know what I mean? You can still run it as an assault rifle, but you can also run it as basically an automatic DMR and still be successful with it. So it's flirting that Hydra territory a little too much, in my opinion. You know, them increasing the fall off at all ranges, like, I guess it makes sense because it's a heavy hitting assault rifle, but like, if you're going to have a DMR class, then do you realistically need your fall off ranges for some of your assault rifles increased? And I would say not really, because if you want that playstyle, you do have characters that have access to DMRs at that point. I do feel that it does feel better and it does perform better than it did before, but was buffing the body damage the right answer? And let's look at this for a second. So if they went in there and they actually buffed the fire rate of the weapon up, it's going to make the weapon a little bit harder to control by the nature of how the recoil for the weapons work, right? So in Rogue Company, when you lower the fire rate of a weapon and make it fire slower, it allows you to control the weapon better, right? So there's this scale that slides up and down based on fire rate versus, you know, recoil control, things like that. Them buffing the damage basically makes it one of the most, if not the most accurate assault rifle in the game at the moment, with the added benefit of having a 4-hit down potential on non-armored targets, right? So was this the correct avenue? I'm not exactly sure, because now once that people start figuring out what the HRM30K is actually capable of doing, then people are going to start migrating to that, especially on those longer range maps like Wanted or Meltdown, Windward, Skyfell. Like some of these longer range maps, people are going to start gravitating to it a little bit more, in my opinion, than they do the KA-30, the Sahara, etc., etc. And I think that there's going to be a clear divide within like the assault rifle class itself, where you're going to have the Sahara, the KA-30, the Nightshade, and the Riptide be like the SMG alternatives, whereas you're going to have the Mark IV, the Hydra, and the HRM30K as the DMR, which is fine. Like, that's the way that it should be to some degree. Yet I don't know if the HRM30K getting the body shot damage increase was the right move here. I feel like they could have increased the fire rate of the weapon just a little bit to be able to help basically do the same damage over time, but it requires more skill because it's going to have like a way crazier recoil, and it'll help with your hip fire engagements because you're going to be able to shoot that much faster, which is going to allow you to do that much more damage, even if you're whiffing some of your hip fire shots. So to me, this is kind of like in that middle line of being a W and not being a W. I would have preferred them increase the fire rate for the weapon to make it a little bit more skill based of a weapon and also help with that hip fire. They chose to go the route of the way back team and just increase it by 1 damage to bump it up to 25. So this is where we currently reside. All in all, I feel like the Hydra, once people start realizing what it's capable of, are going to come back around to it. I don't think it's going to be meta in the same way that it was meta previously, but I do feel like it is going to slot itself into a very high play rate in some capacity. But be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Have you tried the HRM out since the update? And if so, what has been your experience with it? Would you have preferred them to increase the fire rate of the weapon or the body shot damage of the weapon? Or is there something else that they could have done to this weapon to actually make it feel better? Could they just have went in there and increased the hip fire accuracy of the weapon and left the fire rate and damage alone? I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Also, be sure to check that description for links to Facebook, Discord, and Twitter. Those are the places to contact me. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. If you've already subscribed to the channel, then consider hitting that join button to become one of the 256 crew members. Lastly, on Thursdays from 8 until 11 p.m. Central Time, Sundays from 10 a.m. until we get tired, I will be streaming here on YouTube. So if you are interested and available, please feel free to stop by and say hello there. Thanks for watching, guys.
Aren't you? Utility out. Utility out.
I couldn't explode that quick enough. All right, they're moving up.
The objective. Lethal out. Enemy spotted.
Down.
Bro, how? How?
Crazy how fucking sweaty these dudes are in fucking quick play.
Utility out. Utility out. 30 seconds to go.
I'm going for the point. Fuck off, really?
I got him.
Yeah, they just waited it out.
Wake up. I'm on the objective.
Yeah, I don't like
You're
this
not the
house
only
too
one,
much
buddy.
either.
Aren't ya?
How am I the one revealed? What the fuck? You're literally in front of me.
Well, there's
Oh,
one
I'm flashed.
upstairs.
I'm dead, right? Dude!
That was pretty crazy.
Just peek one time, that's all I ask. Lethal out.
I'm sneaking, guys, so... well, y'all got this. Gonna come up right here. That was toxic. But it's okay. It was worth it.
All enemies have been eliminated.
He's putting it on the house and in the middle right this second. I got revealed, by the way.
Just peek one time. Lethal out.
Yep.
This fuck, there's... He just knows every fucking positioning. He shot me from halfway across the fucking map. And then he bounced grenades fucking Griffin.
Enemies have control of the objective.
Seriously?
Capture it.
Like,
Dude,
wouldn't
no
let me-
way. Let me shoot you. Here he comes. He's in the middle. Oh my goodness.
It's the one for 82. Here comes that goddamn spot. Okay.
It's broken.
Bullshit, dude. That Saint's crazy.
We win right here. Like I said, we win right here.
That team was a joke. What a waste of time.
What were they doing the second? I did the worst out of both teams.
I don't know about that scarmitation dude right there. He has some sussy bishop shots.
Stronger than I thought.